the siren starts. That sound, the one you've only heard in movies, the one that turns your blood cold. It's real, it's now, it's happening. You freeze, your coffee cup stops halfway to your mouth. Your wife looks at you, your kids look at you. They're waiting, they think you know what to do. Do you? Be honest. Right now, in the next 30 minutes, everything you built, your house, your savings, your family, will either survive or be erased. And here's the truth no one tells you. Most preppers will die, not because they didn't prepare. They did. They bought the gear, they stocked the food, they watched the videos. They'll die because they'll do the wrong thing in the right order. They'll grab their phone first. Fatal mistake, they'll try to drive home. Fatal mistake, they'll wait for more information. Fatal mistake. I'm gonna tell you something that will make you angry. Ready? Your bug-out bag won't save you. Your basement might kill you. And your carefully planned route out of the city, it's a death sentence. You think you have a plan. You have a fantasy. But today, that changes. I'm going to give you the exact steps, not theories, not maybes, not consider this, the exact steps to take when those sirens start screaming. 30 minutes. That's what you get. Maybe less, probably less. And 99% of people, including the guys who think they're ready, will waste those minutes doing things that feel right but are absolutely wrong. They'll be dead before the first day ends. Not from the blast, not from the fallout, from their own decisions. You're not going to be one of them, because by the end of this video, you'll know something they don't. You'll know the 3 windows protocol. It's the framework that separates survivors from statistics. Let's begin. Here's the brutal math. When a nuclear attack warning goes out, you have roughly 30 minutes. That's the flight time of an ICBM launched from across the world. Some estimates say less, some say more. But 30 minutes is your number. Burn it into your brain. Now, most people think of those 30 minutes as one block of time, one chunk to get ready. Wrong. Those 30 minutes break into 3 distinct windows. Each window has different rules, different priorities, different survival odds. Miss one window, and the next window gets harder. Miss 2 windows, and you're already dead. You just don't know it yet. I call this the 3 windows protocol. Window 1, the golden minutes. This is 0 to 10 minutes after the warning. In this window, your survival rate is highest. Your options are widest. But, and this is the cruel part, your brain is at its worst. This is when panic hits hardest. This is when most people freeze, fumble, or make choices based on emotion. What you do in the golden minutes determines everything else. Window 2, the reckoning. This is 10 to 20 minutes. By now, the first wave of stupid decisions is playing out. Roads are clogging, cell networks are collapsing, stores are chaos. If you moved right in window 1, window 2 is about refining your position. If you wasted window 1, you're now in triage mode. You're making ugly choices. Fast. Window 3, the lock-in. This is 20 to 30 minutes. This is the last window. The door is closing. Whatever position you're in, good or bad, you're about to be locked into it. No more movement. No more options. You shelter where you are. You survive with what you have. After 30 minutes, the math changes completely. You're either protected or exposed, safe or dead. That's the 3 windows protocol. Now let me show you why everything you think you know about those 30 minutes is wrong. The normalcy trap. Why your brain is your first enemy. Let's start with the hardest truth. When those sirens go off, your brain will lie to you. It's called normalcy bias. Scientists have studied this for decades. When disaster hits, most people don't panic. They don't scream. They don't run. They wait. They tell themselves, this can't be real. It's probably a test. Someone will tell us what to do. Study after study shows the same thing. In fires, in floods, in attacks, people stand still. They look at each other. They wait for permission to act. This is the freeze. And in a 30-minute window, the freeze kills. Here's a real example. Hawaii, January 2018. A ballistic missile alert went out to every phone on the island. Ballistic missile threat inbound. CK mediate see it. His is not a droll. What did people do? Some ran, some hid, but a stunning number did nothing. They took photos of the warning, they posted it online, they called friends to talk about it. They stood in the open looking at the sky. 38 minutes passed before the false alarm was corrected. 38 minutes of people frozen by disbelief. Now imagine that wasn't a false alarm. This is the first battle you fight, not against the bomb, against your own brain. You must pre-decide. That means you decide right now, today, watching this video, exactly what you'll do when that siren sounds. You decide before the adrenaline hits, before the fear clouds your thinking. Because in the golden minutes, you won't rise to the occasion. You'll fall to your level of preparation. Write this down. The first 5 minutes are about breaking the freeze. Nothing else. You need a trigger. A physical action that snaps your brain out of waiting mode. Some people use a verbal command. They say go out loud to themselves, to their family. Some people have a physical anchor. They touch their chest. They slap a wall. It sounds silly. It works. Special forces use this. First responders use this. Anyone who operates in high-stress scenarios uses a trigger to override the brain's desire to wait and watch. Find your trigger. Practice it, because when the sirens scream, you have about 90 seconds before the freeze takes hold. 90 seconds to become someone who acts. The phone myth, why calling your family will get you killed. Here's what most people do in window 1. They grab their phone, they call their wife, their husband, their kids, their parents. This is the most natural thing in the world. It's also one of the deadliest. Here's why. First, the network will collapse immediately. Cell towers are designed for normal usage. About 2% of users active at any moment. When a real warning goes out, everyone hits their phone at once. The system overloads. Calls don't connect. Texts don't send. You're staring at a spinning wheel while your minutes burn. I call this the dead network. You've seen it in small doses. New Year's Eve. Big sports events. Everyone texting at once and nothing goes through. Now multiply that by 100, by 1,000. The dead network will be complete within 2 minutes of a national alert. Maybe less. There's a second problem, a worse problem. Every second you spend holding a phone is a second you're not moving. The call doesn't connect. You try again. You try texting, you try a different app. You move from room to room looking for signal. 5 minutes gone, 10 minutes gone. You just burned half of window 1 trying to do something impossible. And here's the gut punch. Even if you reach them, what would you say? Get to the basement? They should already know that. Meet me at the rally point. Too late. You won't make it. I love you? Say it now, today, before the sirens. The pro move, the move that separates survivors from victims, is the pre-arranged protocol. Your family needs to know in advance exactly what to do, where to go, how to act. Without communication, without confirmation, you meet at the rally point in 72 hours. Or you don't meet at all. Harsh? Yes. Realistic? Yes. You do not have time to coordinate during the event. You coordinate now. Today, when the phones still work, when the roads are still open, when the sirens go off, everyone executes. No calls, no texts, no waiting for permission. You move the steel trap while your car is a coffin. Let's talk about the evacuation fantasy. Most people, when they think about a nuclear warning, picture themselves driving fast. They see an open highway, the wind in their hair, the city shrinking in the rearview mirror. This is a movie scene, not reality. Here's reality. The average American city has about 1.2 cars per household. When an alert goes out, most of those cars hit the road within minutes, all of them trying to go the same direction, out. Now imagine a funnel, wide at the top, narrow at the bottom. Every highway, every exit, every bridge is the narrow bottom. Within window 1, within 10 minutes, those roads become what I call the steel trap. Thousands of cars, bumper to bumper, nobody moving. You're sitting in 2 tons of metal and glass, completely exposed, burning fuel, going nowhere. This isn't theory. We've seen it happen. Hurricane Rita, 2005, Texas issued an evacuation order. Nearly 3 million people tried to leave Houston at the same time. Traffic was gridlocked for over 24 hours. Cars ran out of fuel on the highway. People died in the heat sitting in traffic. That was a slow-moving hurricane, a predictable event with days of warning. Now imagine 30 minutes. If you're not on the road in window 1, and I mean the very first 5 minutes, you're not getting out by car, period. And even if you do get moving, where are you going? The suburbs? You'll die there too. I'll explain why in a moment. The countryside. How far can you get in 20 minutes? Do the math. A cabin in the mountains? You don't have time. Here's what the data shows. In most urban scenarios, sheltering in place gives you better odds than trying to evacuate. That's not intuition. That's physics. If you're in a concrete structure, underground, with mass between you and the outside, you have protection, real protection, measurable protection, measurable protection. If you're in a car on a highway when detonation happens, you have none, zero protection. The steel trap isn't just a traffic jam, it's a kill zone, shelter math, what actually protects you, all right? So you're not calling, you're not driving. What are you doing? You're finding mass. That's the word that matters, mass. Radiation, the thing that kills you after a nuclear event, is blocked by mass. The more material between you and the fallout, the safer you are. There's a concept called the protection factor, or PF. It's a number that tells you how much a shelter reduces your radiation exposure. Standing in the open, PF of 1, you get the full dose. Inside a wood frame house, PF of 2 to 3, better than nothing. Not enough. In the basement of that house, PF of 10 to 20, now we're talking. In the center of a large concrete building, PF of 50 to 200, much better. Underground in a deep basement or parking structure, PF of 200 or more. See the pattern? The more mass above you, around you, between you and the sky, the higher your PF. This is shelter math. And here's where most preppers get it wrong. They think of their home as the shelter. Their suburban home, with the dry walls, the wooden frame, the thin roof. That home is not a shelter, it's a filter. It will reduce some radiation, but not nearly enough. The basement helps, the basement is better. But many modern homes don't have real basements. They have crawl spaces, half exposed foundations, windows at ground level. I call these the burial boxes. They're just good enough to trap you in place, but not good enough to actually protect you. Here's the ugly truth about suburbs. Most suburban construction in the last 40 years was not built with any kind of hardening in mind. Light materials, open floor plans, big windows. It's comfortable, it's efficient. It will not save your life. So what do you look for? Concrete, brick, earth, underground parking garages, commercial building basements, subway stations, utility tunnels. If you're in a city, you're actually surrounded by better shelter options than most suburbs. You just have to know where they are. This is your homework. Today, not later. Walk your area. Know your options. Identify the 3 closest high-mass shelters to your home, your work, your kids' school. Because in window 2, the reckoning, you won't have time to figure this out. You need to already know. And let me be clear about timing. If the detonation is close, within a few miles, you have seconds, not minutes. The flash comes. The shock wave follows. You won't make it anywhere. But if the detonation is 10, 20, 50 miles away, the fallout is the killer. And fallout takes time to arrive. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. That's your window to reach mass. The pros understand this. They're not running blind, they're running toward calculated protection. They've done the shelter math. Have you? The 48-hour gap? What happens after you survive the first strike? Let's say you did everything right. You broke the freeze. You skipped the phone, you avoided the steel trap, you found mass. The 30 minutes pass. The detonation happens somewhere. Not on top of you, you're alive. Now what? This is where most survival content lies to you. They show you the bunker, the stockpile, the garden, the community. They skip the hardest part, the 48-hour gap. This is the period immediately after a nuclear event. Power is out, communications are down, emergency services are overwhelmed or gone. You're in your shelter, maybe with your family, maybe alone, and nothing is coming to help you. Not for at least 48 hours, probably longer. Here's what the first 24 hours looks like. You're in darkness or near darkness. Flashlight only, noise from outside. You don't know what happened. You don't know who's hurt. You don't know if more is coming. The temptation to leave is overwhelming. Don't. The most dangerous time for fallout is the first few hours. Radiation levels are highest. Every hour you wait, they drop significantly. There's a rule called the 7-10 rule. For every 7-fold increase in time, radiation drops by a factor of 10. At 1 hour after detonation, the radiation is at its highest. At 7 hours, it's dropped to 1. 10. At 49 hours, 2 days, it's dropped to 100. This is why the 48-hour gap matters. If you can stay sheltered for 2 days, you've avoided the worst of it. But 2 days in a shelter, a real shelter, not a fantasy, is hard. You need water. You need food. You need sanitation, you need light, you need air. Most people have thought about this in abstract terms. I have canned food. I have bottled water. Where? In your pantry? Upstairs? Can you get to it in 60 seconds? Can you carry it? Can you store it where you'll actually be sheltering? The 48-hour gap requires pre-positioning. That means supplies at your shelter location, not your kitchen. It means sanitation planning, because in 2 days, human waste becomes a serious problem in enclosed spaces. It means information, a battery radio, NOAA frequencies to know when it's safe to emerge. Most preppers have stuff, they don't have systems. And in the 48-hour gap, systems are what keep you alive. The survivor protocol, exact steps for each window. Enough about what can go wrong. Let's talk about what to do right. I'm going to give you the exact actions for each window. Print this, memorize this, practice this. Step 1, break the freeze. Use your trigger, say go out loud, slap a surface, snap yourself out of observation mode. This takes 3 seconds. Do it immediately. Step 2, identify your shelter option. You've already pre-planned this. Where are you right now? Home, work, on the road? What's your nearest high mass structure? If home, basement, or designated shelter room. If work, basement, parking structure, interior stairwell. If mobile, identify the nearest public building with concrete construction. You have 90 seconds to make this decision and start moving. Step 3, grab your go bag if it's within 30 seconds of reach. Not across the house, not in the garage, within 30 seconds. If it's farther, leave it. Your body matters more than your bag. Step 4, alert others verbally. If family is in the house, shout the command, shelter now, move. No discussions, no explanations. Move first, explain later. Step 5, move to shelter. Get there, get low, get protected. End of window 1. Window 2, the reckoning, 10-20 minutes. If you executed window 1, you're now in or near your shelter. Step 6, improve your position. Look around. Can you add mass? Move furniture against walls. Stack books. Hold mattresses. Every bit of additional material helps. This is called expedient shielding. Step 7, seal if possible. Fallout is particles. Dust. It enters through cracks, vents, openings. If you have plastic sheeting and tape, seal doors and windows. If not, use wet towels to block gaps. Not perfect. Better than nothing. Step 8, account for people. Who's with you? Who's missing? There's nothing you can do about the missing right now. Acknowledge it. Move on. Triage your group. Anyone injured? Anyone panicking? Assign roles. Step 9, secure water. If you have time and access, fill bathtubs, sinks, containers. Municipal water may stop flowing. Capture what you can before pressure drops. Step 10, set a watch. Someone stays alert. Someone monitors the radio. Someone manages time. End of window 2. Window 3. The lock in 20-30 minutes. Step 11, get to your deepest position. Move to the center of your shelter. Away from walls. Away from windows. If you have multiple floors below ground, go to the lowest. Step 12, prepare for the event. If it happens, you may feel shockwave, you may hear noise, you may experience shaking. Stay low. Protect your head. Wait. Step 13, begin the wait. After detonation or after the 30-minute window closes, your job is simple. Stay put. Do not leave for at least 1 hour. Preferably 12, ideally 48. Monitor your radio. Wait for official guidance. Use the 7-10 rule. This is the lock-in. You're committed. You survive by waiting. End of protocol. The Predecision principle, making choices before the chaos, everything I just described, is useless if you decide it during the event. Your brain will not work right. The fear will cloud you. The noise will confuse you. The survivors, the ones who walk out of the shelter in 72 hours, made their decisions weeks, months, years before the sirens. This is the Predecision principle. Here's how it works. Right now, today, you answer the hard questions. You commit. Question 1, where will you shelter? Not probably or I guess. Exactly where. Address, room, corner. If you're at home, it's your basement or interior room. Know the exact spot. If you're at work, it's the lowest level parking garage. Know how to get there. If you're in transit, it's the nearest concrete public building. Identify 3 options on your common routes. Question 2, what will you carry? Your go bag should have 72 hours of basics: water, food, light, radio, first aid, cash. Keep it where you can grab it in 30 seconds, or keep duplicates, one at home, one at work, one in the car. Question 3, what's the family protocol? If communications are down, and they will be, everyone must know the plan. Immediate shelter in place. Rally point at 72 hours, a specific location everyone knows. Fallback rally at 1 week if the first one isn't possible. This needs to be discussed, written down, practiced, not assumed. Question 4. What will you not do? This is as important as what you will do. You will not try to call during window 1. You will not try to drive during window 2. You will not leave shelter during the first 12 hours. 3. Deciding what you won't do prevents the panic decisions that kill. Question 5. What triggers action? An official warning? A flash? A sound? You need to know what causes you to start the protocol. Not every siren means nuclear attack, but you must decide in advance what level of warning activates full response. The pro mindset is this: I've already made my choices. The event just tells me to execute them. No hesitation, no debate, no wasted minutes. You become a machine that runs a program you designed when you were calm, rational, and informed. That's the difference between survival and death. Let me leave you with this. The world you knew, the one with grocery stores and police and ambulances, is one bad day from gone. I'm not saying it will happen, I'm saying it can happen. And the gap between can and will is narrower than it's been in decades. You've watched this video. You now know more than 99% of the population. You know about the freeze and how to break it. You know about the dead network and why the phone is a trap. You know about the steel trap and why evacuation is a fantasy. You know about shelter math and what mass actually means. You know about the 48-hour gap and what comes after the flash. You know the 3 windows protocol. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Most people will watch this, nod, feel informed, and do nothing. They'll go back to their routine. They'll think, I'll get around to it. They'll treat preparation as something for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lie you tell yourself to stay comfortable. The people who survive are the ones who act today, who walk their neighborhood looking for shelter options, who talk to their family about the protocol, who pre-position supplies where they actually need them, who make the hard decisions before they become impossible decisions. Here's the chilling truth that keeps me up at night. When those sirens start, you won't become a different person. You won't suddenly gain skills you don't have. You won't discover courage you haven't built. You'll be exactly who you are right now, just more afraid. So who are you right now? Are you the person who plans or the person who hopes? Are you the person who moves or the person who waits for permission? Are you the person who survives or the statistic that proves why preparation matters? That choice isn't made in the 30 minutes. It's made right now. You have the protocol. You have the framework. You have the information. What you do next defines what happens to you and everyone you love when the sirens finally scream. Choose wisely. If you want to keep learning, if you want to be the person who actually survives and not just the person who watches videos about it, subscribe. We cover the real scenarios, the ones that are coming, the ones nobody else will tell you about. See you in the next one, if we get the time.